welcome to day number 8 of my December daily. Today I am scrapbooking 2 pictures of the dog, our newest addition. He's been around since February, but he is our newest of our dogs. And I scrapbooked him a little bit earlier on, I think day 5 or something like that. And I had these really cute pictures of him laying on the back of the couch. He acts like a cat. He definitely climbs all over the couch like he is a cat, and he's not. He is a Parson Russell Terrier that has a lot of energy, but when he's sleeping, he's adorable. So I wanted to scrapbook these pictures, and like I said, this is day 9. I've actually had quite a bit of time to get several layouts done over the last couple of days since I've been off work. So I will be having quite a few videos posted the next several days. So hopefully that will work for everyone, and you guys get a chance to watch them either now or whenever you have some time. And if you are liking the series, make sure you give me that thumbs up. That just lets me know you are interested in watching. Also, if you have not already subscribed, I'd love for you to be a subscriber. I think I mentioned this in videos not too long ago, but a lot of times I will post mostly December daily process videos, and just because of life and everything else, a lot of the other times during the rest of the year, I am posting flip throughs of junk journals and things that I've made for my Etsy shop. But I always say I want to try to do more videos. It's just really hard to do that. So right now, most of my videos are December dailies, and I think I've had December daily up since about 2020, 2014 or something like that. I can't even remember now. I just looked at those albums, but I don't remember. But I have several different series of December dailies posted up on my YouTube channel, so you can check those out. They are in Christmas album and then also in the individual year albums. So back to this layout, I am working on this with the dog, like I had mentioned, and I found these doilies in my stash. I just wanted something on top. I was going to put that sticker that I kind of pulled out a little bit ago, and I wanted something to kind of anchor it to the page. It just felt weird and kind of floaty without something behind it. So I pulled the doily. I had other doilies that I looked at that are on the left-hand side. They just weren't cutting it. They're a little too big, just not exactly what I was looking for. And then I remembered I had these more like fancier doilies that had a lot more cutouts, and I just really, really like them. And I used that, just cut off the bottom of it so it fit on the page a bit better, and then I can use that other piece later on. And then I thought I really also just needed something else. I had some scrap pieces of the vintage music paper, and I thought this was perfect to layer behind it. Just gave it a little separation between the doily and the white border of the Peace, Love, and Joy sticker. And then I'm also going to take a piece of it and put it below because I felt like it just needed something at the bottom to kind of anchor it. So it's going to look like it is extending all the way through the pictures, but obviously as you're seeing, it's not. And I just wanted to have that look. And it just seems to just, kind of make everything kind of come together a bit more. Excuse me. So I'm just trimming it until I get it the right size. I don't want it to hang over, so I do trim it off a bit more. I do finagle with this a little bit until I get it the way I want it. And that was perfect. And I just want to make sure it's at the same width as the page above. So I'm going to trim off just this little bit, a little sliver. And then that is perfect. Just going to add some glue to this. I am going to use my glue stick because it's very, very thin paper. And I didn't want it to wrinkle or warp. And of course, I drop it on the photo, so I have to wipe that off. But yeah, I really like how that looks, just giving that anchor all the way through the back of the photos, making it look kind of like a photo mat, if you will. So now I am trying to figure out how I want to add the number for this day. I am going to use the little tag here, but I believe I'm going to be, I'm going to be sticking this number 9 on top of the 9 because I wanted to bring that green color in because I have that in the joy and the holly leaves. So I just did that, and then I'm going to trim this out so it's more of a square shape with rounded corners, but I want to keep the December on there too. So definitely don't be afraid to modify your embellishments. They don't have to be exactly the way they came on the printable or on the sticker sheet or whatever. Definitely make them fit for what you want to use them for. And don't be afraid to cover things up, especially on the printables. The printables are something you can print for ever and ever and ever to your heart's content. So don't worry about not using your printables. Use up your stash. You can just print more if you need more for next year or a different time, or you want to use a bunch of the ornaments on one page, but you want to have them sometime later. Just print more. It's all good. So now I'm looking through some of the other ephemera pieces from the printables. Make It Merry from Tracy Reed, and I like that Comfort and Joy. I'm looking for something else to go at the bottom. I believe I pull out two circles. One I think that's going to say something and one that's not, if I'm remembering the page correctly. Oh no, actually, I'm going to be pulling out two holly stickers from this sticker book. I do love sticker books, but I really wish the top of them hinged better. I hate like when you're trying to get the stickers like I'm doing now and like the top cover just keeps wanting to push down. I wish they had like a hinge mechanism. I mean, I wouldn't want spiral because that's obviously expensive, but it'd be nice if they made something that kind of like let you fold over the pages so they didn't like fall out on you, but you could still get to them because it's really annoying when you're trying to like mess in the book. Especially if I'm videoing, it's really hard because if I'm not videoing, I don't really care to show you what I'm doing as much. But it's just really difficult to get into those books when they don't kind of lay flat. It'd be really cool if they could figure out like a more lay flat mechanism that still was affordable, I guess. So yeah, I got those holly leaves. I was going to put two on the bottom by the 9, but it didn't seem to fit very well, so I put the one up in the top left. And now I have three holly berries. They kind of make that visual triangle. Now I'm looking through some of these stickers, trying to figure out what else I want, and I am going to use that Cozy and Bright. I don't like it by itself, so I am going to mount it, I think, on some, yes, pink cardstock or some designer, whatever, what is that called? Paper, paper. Decorative paper. I think that's from the Snow and Cocoa line from, what was Snow and Cocoa from? I can't remember the brand. I know it's American Crafts, but I don't remember the actual, if it's Bella Boulevard or Simple Stories. But anyway, I am going to then add a little bit more to this. I still felt like it was floaty. I'm going to end up pulling a piece of that vintage music paper and adding that as a layer, and then kind of using, not kind of, but actually using my tiny attacher to add some staples. I really like the texture it gives. And then I'm going to add some staples in the bottom left where that number 9 is on the picture, just to kind of bring those staples across. I didn't feel like they should just be in the one spot, so you'll see that I'll add them at the bottom too. So now I'm just trying to figure out how to kind of layer this to make it look nice. I do want to use that Comfort and Joy, but I don't know if it's going to actually work out, so I put it to the side for right now. It's the right color, and it does bring the color from the 9 December tag from the bottom, but it just wasn't working for me. So I end up pulling this green out instead. I felt like I needed a bit more green since I have the pink background of the Cozy and Bright. Just kind of play with this a little bit until I get the layering right, and then I will use my tiny attacher to staple it all together. I absolutely love my tiny attacher. And a neat trick, which I haven't done this year, but I have done in previous years, is to take the tiny attacher staples and use your alcohol markers, and you can color the staples whatever color you want. Now, it is a more translucent kind of color, but if you want gold staples, red staples, green, blue, whatever color staple you want, use an alcohol marker, and then you can paint onto or color onto the staples, and then you can have whatever color staple you want. So you don't have to buy a bunch of different colors. I actually not sure if Tim Holtz even has different colors. You might be able to get like an off brand. But a nice, easy way to do it is to buy the Tim Holtz ones and just use your alcohol markers. So here you can see I am struggling, but am putting the two staples down there in the bottom left. And then I'm trying to figure out if this Comfort and Joy is going to work. And I do like that. And I like how the edge of the Comfort and Joy just barely touches that doily. It just feels like it connects everything together. Before, for whatever reason, it just felt like that embellishment cluster in the top left was floating. But adding that to the embellishment cluster just kind of helped everything connect better. Now, I also felt like my eyes were kind of falling off the page, so I am taking these little bitty tiny triangles that are like photo corners from this punch out sheet, and I'm going to glue those down. And I think I glue them in all four corners. I might keep that one in the photo, but I think actually no, I think I do put it down in the corner if I remember correctly. And then I put one in the top left too. So I like that. It just kind of draws your eye in a bit more. For whatever reason, it just felt like my eye was kind of falling off that top right. And by adding it to the four corners, it just looks a bit more balanced. Using my art glitter glue to glue everything down. Tweezers are my best friend. It seems like the older I get, the more fumbly my fingers are. I'm not that old, but I think just from typing and doing a lot of office work, I have arthritis in my hands more, and it's just a lot harder to hold those little pieces. Plus, my big fingers get in the way. It's nice to use the tweezers to kind of move it around the page to see where it's going to fit better because it's such a thinner, like finger, if you will. So now I'm just gluing everything down, and that is it. I'm going to show you some close-ups, and I will have photos at the end. And I do have some journaling on this, or actually no, this page I did not do any journaling on. I didn't feel like it really needed much of anything, so I do no journaling on this particular page. So thank you guys so much for joining me. If you have not already, please give me a thumbs up, and if you like the video, I would love for you to subscribe. I will be back soon with day number 10. Have a great day, everybody.